Yo, YouTube, what's good? Good morning on this Sunday. Hope everybody's having a good Sunday. Just wanted to make a video before I head in for work for today. Basically, these videos are just me vlogging my day-to-days while on my self-improvement journey, on my monk mode journey. For those that have been following me on this channel, this is basically my channel doesn't have a set theming or anything like that. It's the birds out there. It's a bird right there, loud. My channel doesn't have any set theming or anything like that. This was originally a music channel of mine, and sorry, got a little too much Vaseline. My channel doesn't have a set theming or anything like that. Sorry if I'm repeating myself, but basically, this channel was my music channel, and I still will share my music content on this, but growing and maturing as an individual, now I've decided to just kind of share everything on my personal life self-improvement journey on this channel. So, soon I will start incorporating more fitness things. And speaking of fitness, that was one thing I wanted to note for myself in this video today. It's crazy how things align as well when you're on your self-improvement journey. The Most High would just allow things to align almost in what seems like a perfect synchronization of time. So tomorrow's August 1st. Just so happens tomorrow's August 1st and it's going to be a Monday. And I'll be back in the gym because I'm pretty much healed. Those 2 weeks passed for me to heal for the most part before I go back to working out. So I'm excited that I'm gonna be back in the gym tomorrow. I don't care what time it is. I'm hitting the gym tomorrow. I'm going in full force. So, I have 6 weeks before my vacation. So a few things are aligning tomorrow. So I do need to stay consistent with creating these videos and documenting my journey. But, basically, I haven't lost much definition from taking the 2 weeks off. And you know what? Sometimes that rest is really nice. But tomorrow will be 6 weeks before my trip. Of course, I want to be right for my trip for myself. But I've lined myself up to basically go intense for 6 weeks straight. Of course, I'll rest on the weekends for a day to 2 days. But the intensity that I have, I'm going to have a rest day, at least one rest day a week. But the intensity that I have, I'm probably going to just do one rest day and be in the gym 6 days a week for the next 6 weeks. That's what I would like to do. But if it all depends on my recovery. Normally I would give myself the weekends off to rest, but I still feel like I'm ready now, because I'm ready to take my physique to the next level, because I had to, since March, take care of all my, because I'm taking care of dental work, physical stuff. Since March, every time I would get dental work done, I would be out of the gym for 2 weeks. So, that was kind of like an obstacle that I had to overcome. But now that I'm done with the dental work that I needed that would have me out of the gym, I plan on just going hard, intense for, the next, that's it. I plan on just going, I'm about to say the next 6 months or whatever. I plan on just going intense for as long as I can go intense. So for me right now, I'm on a bulk. I started eating yesterday, really. Actually the day before yesterday, I started eating, intaking, and it all depends, because, when I get the dental work, that affects my appetite and my diet. So, sometimes it's, as much as I do want to eat, sometimes I wouldn't be hungry. I wouldn't have an appetite to want to eat a lot. But so I'm just gonna be going, intense in the gym, either at the gym or at the park while it's still nice out. Nothing like working out at the park. That's something different. I do want to get outside a lot more before the weather changes again. But I also pay for a gym membership, so that's why I do like to utilize the gym as well. Sometimes it's, they got the AC in there, they have different equipment, so I do like to get a workout in the gym. Plus, when you're in the gym, there's other individuals in there that are operating on a similar energy. So, you can kind of, it's a place for you to have a different energy when you're working out. But yeah, I'm excited about that. Six weeks before my trip. And of course, on my trip, I plan on bulking. Like that whole week, I plan on eating a good amount. I do like to fast. Sometimes I do like to have an intermediate fast. But I know now, speaking to one of my colleagues, he was saying, yeah, you can still fast when you're bulking. But when you eat, you need to eat a lot. You need to nourish your body and eat a lot. So I do like to do the intermediate fast just to help myself spiritually, heal from certain things spiritually. Combining that with, prayer and stuff like that, I will do a fast. And that's just a spiritual thing that I like to do because the fasting has helped me heal from a lot of things, Before I would just I wouldn't even be hungry sometimes, and I would feel like I needed to eat breakfast. Then I would feel lower, or just eating when I wasn't really hungry, and I feel lower. So now if I do fast, I enjoy incorporating that into my routine. But I do also know that when I am eating, it's time to eat. It's time to eat. I gotta intake more food. So. Yeah, I'm going to be going on a crazy bulk. I'm going to mark myself from tomorrow the 1st to next year, August 1st. So we'll be able to see a year transformation. I'll be able to see a year transformation with my physique. God willing, everything run smooth. I'll be able to see a year transformation. Now, my body has already transformed this year alone from doing calisthenics, but I haven't gotten myself to where I want to be because I had to take care of other things this year as far as self-improvement, which wasn't a bad thing. It's things that needed to be fine-tuned for myself. And it's been a very productive year for me so far with taking care of things for my self-improvement. But I'm going to, I get to completely focus on my physical fitness for the next year. Physical fitness was always in my routine since the beginning of this year, or actually since the beginning of last summer or last fall. No, I started I think last summer, because I was going outside. I was going to the park before it got cool. So I think I started working out, but I wasn't as dedicated as I was from the beginning of this year. And I started going hard too, late last winter. I was very consistent in the gym, but I didn't really make it a set focus until the beginning of this year to be all right, this is what I'm doing. I'm gonna make fitness and calisthenics a priority in my life. And I fell in love with it. And now it's just something that is just a part of my life. And I want to continue to become one of the best for myself within calisthenics because it's a personal thing. For me, it's training. It's like warrior training. So, I'm excited about that, to be back in the gym tomorrow, to start working out again. I could tell my body is ready to, my mind, body, and soul and spirit is ready to go. I have colleagues that I've been working with that I feel they said I've inspired them, and that makes me feel good. And now they're on a fitness journey, and we just feed off of each other's positive energy. And we're just, excited to push ourselves to the next level as men too. So the calisthenics activate a different kind of thing. But excuse me. But yeah, that's with the whole fitness aspect. Tomorrow, the first 6 weeks before my trip, before my vacation. But even on the vacation, I plan on working out. Hopefully I can find a calisthenics spot, or hopefully they have a gym facility where I'll be staying at that I can work out. I'm sure they will, but I like the calisthenics machines. Or if I can find a park that has bars, then I'll definitely make sure I utilize that. But that's just the fitness aspect. As far as the personal care, self-care, financial aspects. While I'm on the self-improvement journey, Monk Mode just kind of has you focused just to take care of these things, staying on top of these things. and that's why I was saying yesterday, I've set myself up already for the next 2 months, but right now this is where I need to put in the work in between the cracks, so to speak, like getting my videos up, being in the studio, making sure I make my music, slowly upgrading my lab to create better music, making sure my physical, my self-care, my skin, my teeth, just little things to help self-improve myself, for me, and just taking it one step at a time, little things too, like I know, like, and I gotta cut this short soon, but even like work, like I said to myself really this year, I want to get better with getting to work 15 minutes early. That's like a little target for myself that I want to have, like, because I've been cutting it short getting to work. I'm not running late, but I'm just like getting to work right on time when I need to be, to the point where like if there's traffic, I'm probably going to be late. So I want to be a better businessman in that case. And, the goal is for us to eventually get to a point where we have our own, we're I don't want to say necessarily self-employed, because, everybody's different. Like I have a good career place where I'm at. They take care of me. I'm able to work myself up within the company. Everybody's different. Some people, don't want to, like, it's not that I want to necessarily be a slave, so to speak, in the system forever. It's just that, I feel like if you've got something good going, don't mess it up. I think you should use that main thing to invest into what you have going on the side. And then eventually, you got to put in that work to the point where your entire brand is self-sufficient of yourself. And if that makes sense, you just got to work hard and use these different assets to get yourself to another level in life to where you're comfortable. I've also said that too. A lot of people feel like, oh, they want a lot of money. They want a lot of materialistic things. I was talking to a colleague before. I was like, it also depends on what you want, like what you're comfortable with. Like me, I don't really need a big house. I'm fine with a small house. If I got another property, I wouldn't need a big house. I'll be fine with like a small townhome or a small condo because it's easier for me to manage. A lot of people don't think about that too. When you have a bigger piece of property, that's more things that you have to manage. Just more expenses that you have to take care of. So, also like with clothing and all of that, I was saying in a past video, yes, there are some brands that I like that are high-end brands, but I don't need those brands either. Like I can make it work with H&M, like I'm fine with getting non-name brand stuff, vintage clothing, stuff like that. But I am going into a process of changing my entire wardrobe and style this year as well, because that's just been a part of my rebirth and reborn process of just everything being cleansed out and me starting from zero and building myself back up, so it's just crazy how the Most High is working in my life right now. I recommend the self-improvement monk mode journey to everybody, to any, man, especially if you're a single man and you're focused. If you're not single, then of course most dudes will say practice no fap. Because, obviously you got to please your woman when she wants to be pleased, and you would expect her to please you when you want to be pleased. But the relationship aspect is a whole different discussion for a different day, because then it's a whole completely different aspect once you're involved in the relationship. Then it goes further into the discussion of, if you're aspiring to be a man of high value, where your boundaries are going to be with that. And once again, everybody is different, so it all depends on what you're aspiring to go for. But for me, I know that, and this is something that was happening to me too the last few days. I started to get distracted, and this is gonna happen when you're on your self-improvement journey, because the journey is tough. It's not easy to stay consistent on the self-improvement journey. You're gonna start to get strayed. Let me check the time. Yeah, I gotta get my stuff together. You're gonna start to get strayed. Sometimes you'll stray away from your focus, even though you're on a journey. So like for me, my focus is like, cause we desire to be involved with a female. We desire to be in love. We desire to be in a relationship sometimes, right? So like when we encounter an attractive woman and we hit it off well, sometimes it's like that can pull you. It can pull you, and it's like you got to really be focused on what your outcome is. Like, what is your aspect towards that? Like what is it? You know, like, are you just horny? You just want to smash? Or, you know, does this person even really want to build with you? Regardless, it's going to take you away from what you're focused on. So like, as men on the self-improvement monk mode, that's all, whatever you want to call it, I decided, and I know I'm going on a tangent, excuse me, I decided to make monk mode videos because I felt like when I was searching it up, I wasn't seeing a lot of information on just going monk mode. Like, there's people that make monk mode videos, but I felt like I wasn't seeing a lot of information, or people basically putting themselves through, we'll call it like an experiment with themselves of being focused on monk mode. And me, I was like, what's it gonna hurt? What is it gonna hurt me trying to be focused? And it was the best thing that I could have did. It put me on a different life high than I ever thought I would be on. A life high that I thought I could only get when I was smoking weed. Like, I'm on a completely different life high. I'm focused. I feel, you know, solid, whole within myself. My masculinity, you know, definitely was reinforced, came back, because when I was, you know, releasing all the time, when I was chasing females, I felt anxious, confused, like, you know, not 100% sure about things in my life, like had no direction. And that's the state of most men right now today. So it's like, they're not gonna say it. Dudes are still gonna act masculine and hard, like they know what's going on, but it's like there's no direction. And these ladies know that, or females, women, they know that they got that on lock, you know? That's why lust and sex, food, all that stuff, any type of lustful thing is pushed heavy to us. So it's like, you as a man needs to be focused on what you're trying to do to get yourself to the next level. And I do truly believe that the right person will come. But you as a man needs to make sure you have all your stuff together within your life, because if you aspire to bring a woman into your life later down the line, you need to make sure that you have all your stuff together. Because if you don't have all your stuff together and then you bring this woman into your life, you can't be mad if she comes in and realizes that you didn't have your stuff together and then decides to go, like, you know, decides to, you know, she loses attraction to you, you know, and then you can even lose sight if you're in that situation. Now I have the knowledge and the wisdom to know, excuse me, I'm not going to be chasing that person. You know what I mean? I'm going to continue to focus on my kingdom and building up my empire for myself, or I'll say kingdom more so, because I like the word kingdom instead of empire. But, you know, I'm going to be focused on building what I want for me. There's a lot of things now that I always knew that I wanted to do, and I always knew I wanted to get and fulfill and accomplish. Dreams that I always had, but I was split between wanting a relationship and love and all of that. And that was a programming that I had, you know? So now that I can put 100% focus into what I'm trying to build, into what I'm trying to do, I know that when the time is right, the right person will be able to come into my life. And that's if I'm willing to have them in my life, right? So, you know, I just feel my energy rising. I feel my value continuing to rise spiritually more than anything. And whatever really takes place within the spiritual realm, somehow I feel is manifested in the physical realm. And, you know, you just have to stay disciplined, stay the course as a man, stay focused. And, you know, my interactions with women now, my confidence with women is way better than when I was younger and like really like chasing and putting them on a pedestal. Now I can really speak to a woman with a lot more confidence, have very strong eye contact, and the conversation is just smooth, you know. Sometimes, and this is for, you know, men and women that I encounter, sometimes people's vibrations are low. So it's like, it is what it is. Like, they're not rocking, like, y'all not gonna mix because they're on a low vibration. But sometimes people can be on a low vibration and your high vibrational energy can bring them up and change how their energy is, you know. That's why some people enjoy being around people that are positive, because they make them feel better than what they felt before, or you might have changed their energy or their day, or you might have changed their energy or their day. You might have changed how they felt that day just from you being you, just from your energy being in a higher place, you know? So, you know, basically I was going to title this video, you know, kill your ego when you're on your self-improvement journey. Probably keep that title still, you know, kill the ego, stay focused, you know, continue to go towards what you want, your goals and your dreams, and keep all your focus on that. And I do think that the Most High will bring anybody that's meant to be in your life to you naturally. I don't think we have to force anything. I think you know, you have to find your purpose, but I know that within me documenting this now, my purpose is to fulfill the things that, you know, are within my mind, body, soul, and spirit that are guiding me right now from being on monk mode. And that's just, you know, I can't really put it into words, but, you know, I do have things that I aspire to grow with. It's basically just progression, but I don't want that progression to seem like it's only materialistic, physical progression. Even though those things, there's nothing wrong with that, and there's nothing wrong with us being motivated to that, but it's more so a spiritual progression. It's more so growing spiritually, learning about yourself internally, spiritually, mentally, emotionally, and then realizing too, wait, I can't get straight away over here. I need to be focused on fulfilling what I really know is going to fulfill my spirit. That's what, for me, that's going to be working out. That's going to be making music. That's going to be, you know, making sure I'm financially stable. That's going to be, you know, me making sure that I'm performing well at my place of work and continuing to progress there. Continuing to be a better professional, a better businessman, you know, speak to people with respect, and not even, speak to people with respect, and those that don't respect me, not being affected by them, you know, just staying on a complete high vibration, keeping my spirit in the right place. Of course, when I'm short on time, that's when I'm having to kill a video right now. I know this is, I want to call them bangers. I know this is a killer video right now, but I also feel like I'm getting better with this too. Like I said, this is a new muscle I got to work out, and that's YouTube, you know? So, I'm going to continue to put out this content. I'm loving the energy. I appreciate everything as far as support. If you haven't, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. I'm going to be checking in on this later, all right? Peace. Love y'all.